Journeyman, how we doing? Wanted to make a quick video. It's not going to be quick. It's going to be about 20 minutes. So if that's not your fucking forte, if you got TikTok brain, then fucking beat it. That is you, then stick around because I got some life lessons for 2024. What I've been doing, what I haven't been doing, what I haven't been posting and shit. Number one, I would rather do shit than post about shit, if that makes sense. So, case in point, this wall right here has been growing, right? Since the last time that I made a video, I was like, posting on Facebook and Instagram and on social media is just the fucking weirdest thing. It's so weird to me. And I am biased, right? Because I am a hater. I am normal. I do hate on people, but when I feel that, when I realize that I am hating on someone for having 1,000 or 8,000 or 800,000 followers, I'm like, I wish I had that, but at the end of the day, that's not what I'm trying to do here. I only wish that so I could reach more people in helping themselves and helping other people, right? So let me back it up. 2024 lessons. I'll just start with what I've learned from. I started my own business in 2024, Fertastics Ventures LLC. We started from the ground up, baby. When we started the business, I didn't know shit, and I know a lot of shit now, but I didn't know shit about anything when it comes to business and starting an e-commerce platform, because that's what we did. So we got the product from a 3D rendering. My business partner paid for that. I took that and then I developed all the way to a physical product. It was a hands-free dog leash called Free Flow Leash System. And then we had about 5,500 people on our email marketing list. So we spent a considerable amount of time and effort obtaining and building that list. And then we had 2 employees, one that ran the email marketing, the Klaviyo, which is an email marketing platform, about $125 a month. And then we did we made a Facebook group, and then we made an Instagram page. We kind of joined those together and linked them. So if you post on one, it rolls over to the other one. So we built that one up. The Facebook page had about 350 something, and then the Instagram page had like 5,300, something odd number like that. We sold about $12,000 worth of product, and I think the total sales numbers were around like 60 something. But we had to cut sling load or bail out because the business relationship between myself and my business partner fell apart drastically in a horrible way that I won't go into, but here's the lesson that I learned from this. When you go for goals and you don't have values, if you don't know your values but you know your goals, then eventually you'll get bored of your goals and your values will take over, or the lack of values will take over. So it didn't work out, but the theme of this year and throughout these stories that I'm going to tell you guys was I fucking got up, I tried, I dust myself off, I tried some more, I fucking fell on my face, I learned, and then I kept going. So didn't work out, right? And on top of that, and so starting out the business, we didn't raise funding initially. So if I would have done it again, which I plan on doing for my next product, is raise funding and then get pre-sales and then use that pre-sale money to purchase product to now sell to the customer. That's how you're supposed to do it. That's like the surefire way of not fucking up. We didn't do that because we didn't know, and it was our first time, and we were like, going by the wayside. So it was like trying to run up a muddy hill with some shitty Skechers shoes, right? And it was just water everywhere, and you're just fucking falling down. You don't even know what the fuck's going on. We didn't have money in the beginning, right? So I took it upon myself because I'm a disabled veteran. So I got my disability check every month. And I wasn't working at the time. And I'm like, how can I supplement my income in order to fund this business? Because we needed the operating expense of the company to be covered for a couple months, which is around like $800-900 a month. I'm like, I don't have that to be spending. So what did I do? I fucking jumped on the grenade, right? Hoo! Act of Valor, that's a good movie if you ever seen it. But anyways, squirrel brain. I jumped on the grenade. I went to welding school. Well, I researched and I'm like, what's the easiest and what's the fastest way to make money? And then I found Chapter 31. It's a veteran readiness and reemployment program provided by the VA, and any service member 10% or more service disability connected is eligible to apply for that benefit. And the reason why you want to do this, I'll talk about a little bit of the benefit real quick. The reason why you want to go into your VRE, Veteran Readiness and Reemployment, Chapter 31, before you go into your GI Bill is because the VRE is 48 months of funding, up to 48 months of funding. GI Bill is only 36 months of funding. You still get your BAH, and you still get your school paid for, right? So it's basically the same benefits, just a different name. Most people don't know about that. And the reason why you want to use VRE first and not the GI Bill is because if you use the VRE first and not the GI Bill, you get to use all those benefits while still having your GI Bill right here at 0. And then once you're done with this, you can stack that 36 months on top of the 48 months, right? So if you use this first, again, use all of that shit, bring your VR or your GI Bill on top of that, and then go get your PhD or your master's degree, what have you. For me, I wanted to do something very easy because I needed money to supplement the business because I was still, all my time and effort were trying to understand the email marketing, the social media marketing, basically developing a fucking company from scratch, product development, communications, logistics, all that crap, budgeting. So my time, I needed to pick something that was fast. So I found that welding in particular, you only needed to go to school for 4 days a week. And of those 4 days, it was 7:30 to 12:30. So it's a half day. So it was not hard. I'm like, sweet, I'll go to this, use my VRE. I don't have to use my GI Bill. And I can take that money, the BAH that they give me, and I'll throw it into the business void right there to keep our operating expenses going. So that's what I did. And wouldn't you know it, the business failed, which is fine. Tremendous lessons came out of it, which is also good. But more importantly, I ended up liking welding when in the beginning I fucking hated it. I was like, this is stupid. This is below me. Fucking losers only weld for a living. This is fucking dumb. Blah, 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 blah. All these weird, I'm better than most people thoughts. And I started off like that when I was jump starting the business. And then after the business failed, I had a real fucking sit down with myself and understand my values. And I started reading continuously about myself, the positive power of negative thought, the positive power of positive thought, Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Coleman, The Fifth Discipline, you name it, I read it. All that shit, right? I started reading a lot, and I started listening to audiobooks a lot to dissect what happened and take the lessons that I didn't know I needed in the moment and to humble myself, really. I don't think men are supposed to be humble. I think you're supposed to get humbled. And when you do, use those lessons. So that's what happened. I hated fucking welding. Thought it was dumb. And then after my business failed, I'm like, well, now I'm stuck with this welding thing that I don't really like. But as time went on, I'm like, I kind of like this. I kind of like welding, which is surprising. Didn't know I did, but I did, but I do. So I took all that lessons from the business, and I graduated from welding school December 11th of this year, so a couple days ago, and top of my class, 4.0, 4.2 or something, 4.1, I don't know. Top of my class though, and got a job in construction as an apprentice. And this is the thing I wanted to talk about right here. And if you're a veteran, you need to fucking listen to this one. And I'll put it in the comments. Go to 10 minutes and 30 seconds of the video if you want to get some knowledge dropped. So now I'm going to get 3 paychecks, 2 of which paychecks are tax-free. I only get taxed on the $24.15 an hour I get paid as an apprentice for the first 6 months. Why is that important? You may be thinking, well, that's not a lot of money. $24.15. And I agree with you. But at $24.15, I get $112,000 a year. Right? So if you're a veteran, this is for you. I have my 100% total and permanent. I have the VR&E. And don't let those people tell you that they don't approve OJT, on-the-job training apprentice. Because my on-the-job training, my welding school was 9 months. My on-the-job training is 4 years. And then I get paycheck after paycheck after paycheck from the union, which is also tying into a retirement fund, which is also retiring into annuity and a pension. So I get 3 paychecks, and I only get taxed on 2 of them. So if you don't know what the fuck you're doing with your life, just saying, there's some gold over here if you want it, right? Didn't know that I liked construction. I was a combat engineer, so I'm kind of familiar with construction, but I don't like fucking hard labor like that. I'm not out there. I don't like fucking swinging the hammer all day. I get it, right? That's why I chose to do welding, so I'm not fucking swinging a hammer all day, breaking my back and shit. So the moral of the story around the business failure and the lessons learned from that, and then now where I'm at, is learn tremendous lessons. I get fucking paid way more money than I ever thought I would as a welder, iron worker, fucking construction guy that I used to look down on like this fucking guy is retarded. Right? I don't even know if you can say that word, but that's what I thought. That's the negative shit that came out in my mind when I was talking about myself. Again, I developed compassion, grace, and truth with myself. So no longer are those terms being spoken in my inner dialogue. But I get fucking paid in the shit that I like doing, which is cool. Can't beat that. Fulfillment. I have an internal joy now. It's not just a fleeting emotion of happiness comes and goes. It's actual joy for the job that I do, fulfillment. And then a whole lot of other shit that I was able to do as well. So I ran my first marathon, my ultra marathon this year, 75 fucking miles. Get you some of that. That sucked. To sum that up, it fucking sucked. But I'm so glad that I did it, and it's very important to do hard shit. And I haven't done hard shit in a while, so I trained my ass off for, I don't know, fucking 20-something weeks, 30 weeks, I don't know what it was, but it was horrible. I try not to think about it. I got the trophy, I got the fucking t-shirt, been there, done that, 75 miles, never want to do it again, did it, cool. Then another tree that I cut down with a blunt axe and no handle was finish my manuscript of my book called The University of Adversity. So right now it's being edited professionally by 2 different people because I'm an overthinker and I wanted 2 different opinions on the same matter. And now I'm making enough money from doing the shit that I like to pay for the shit that I want to do. So that's cool. On top of that, I just developed the 3 different examples of the cover of the book, and then within the next 10 days I'm going to get the review or the recited edits for the book, and then start talking to publishers. That's fucking cool, dude. You want to talk about ending with a win? Journeyman. Loves his life, gets fucking joy out of life, makes fucking money, and oh, by the way, the product is the book, right? I learned everything from, starting the business, to email marketing, to product development, to communications, from being a realtor as well, relationship building, compassion and grace with myself, emotions and how to recognize them. And now I know about that. I know about real estate. I have fucking enough money to invest. I got all my Roth IRAs fucking stacked out every year. All I have to do is wake up, work out, and fucking sit back and enjoy life now, right? Because the theme of all of this, I don't know if I said this before or already, but the theme of this is I wouldn't have gotten to this place in my life where I experienced joy, real joy, if I hadn't have gone through all of those things leading up to this point: frustration, disappointment, rejection, dejection, disdain, suffering, like silent desperation. All of those just nasty emotions throughout the year has led to this point where now I like what I do. I don't love what I do, but I like what I do. I find fulfillment in it. I make a lot of fucking money. I am still developing a product for my entrepreneur aspirations, which is my own book, which is far more fulfilling than anything that I've ever done in my life when it comes to intellectual property of like thinking of something. And now next year is just applying all the money and the knowledge that I have to buy real estate. So that's cool. I think that's really fucking cool. So if you haven't seen me in a long time, I'm just going to summarize the video rather. If you haven't seen me on here, it's because I don't like fucking making videos. I'd rather just do shit, if that makes sense. I'm not a big talker. I've never been one to just talk shit for no reason. If I'm talking shit, that means I've done something, right? So I'm doing a lot of shit right now, but I'm not going to tell you because I'm not done with it. There's no point, right? So I think a lot of people need to understand that. You don't need to fucking put everything you're doing out there to the world so they can judge you prematurely and virtue signal and all that shit. You don't need to do that. You just need to live your life, go through the lessons, extract from the painful memory or from the painful experiences, and get better. Get better every day. Let me back up. You don't have to get better every day. That's another thing that you got to get better every fucking day or you're a loser. That's not true. That's not true at all, dude. Here's one more thing that's new this year. So I ran the 75 miles, right? Fucking anyone can do that. Christian, you're crazy? No, I'm not, dude. You just have to be consistent with your training and your diet and fucking stop thinking you're a loser. That's basically it. The next thing is I started taking Muay Thai classes. And I got my ass beat twice in light sparring, so they say. But that's intimidating, right? For me, I'm not a fucking dude. I was bullied when I grew up. So, and I was in the military too. And you would have thought that some guy that had a pretty badass job, explosive hazard advisor, would be pretty competent in, Muay Thai, like close combat kind of scenarios. And most people aren't. So the way you know that is when people speak to each other in manners that aren't appropriate for the given emotion that they're feeling. There you go. So people yelling at each other and shit like that. If you know anyone that trains a martial arts that's not fucking, some bullshito or something. Most people don't talk to each other like that. So another lesson is take up martial arts, Muay Thai in particular, and work on yourself. You don't have to be better day after day. You can fucking take a break and you're all right, dude. Trust me, I've done it. Not every day is going to be perfect. Not every other day is going to be perfect either. So get back on your horse. That's this whole. Let me condense all of this 20-minute video in these following sentences. Get back on your fucking horse. Life's hard, but if it was easy, you wouldn't extract lessons that stick with you for the rest of your life from it. And if you don't continuously try, you will not fall on your face and extract lessons to be better. So, I believe in you. Love you guys so much. And who knows? Next year I might be posting a video of fucking buying a house or something, a multifamily, and that'll be my first investment property. I don't know, dude. We're on a journey. That's what the whole point of this thing's about. You see the journey while growing. So, love you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. And happy holidays. Happy New Year. See you around. Journeyman out.